Morning. Patience is running thin with the white F250. The fuel pump came in and we bought some bits, the appropriate Torx bits that actually take the bed bolts out. Today we'll be removing the bed bolts, hopefully moving the box somewhere. It's really heavy. We'll see if we can do it with just the two of us. Then we'll be popping the fuel tank out, which is not the fuel tank, the fuel pump out, which is sitting right there. Replace it and hot wire a brand new pump, and we'll get it running. And then we'll address the clutch that isn't clutching. Here we go. Don't strip, don't strip. Don't strip, come on. Oof, it's not stripping, but it is tight. At this point, I do not care if the bolts break. I just want them out. No, I deem that loose enough for an impact. Huh. Huh. Just kidding. You guys get the picture. We'll see you in 7 more bolts. I guess that's $10 I'll never get back. Second method. Zip disk. You guys gotta believe me when I say I really don't like to solve things with violence. And I know it looks like I just like to do everything the hard way, but I don't. I just want it to go easy. But there's 8 bolts and only one of them cooperated. But hey, we can get the box off now. And you guys are like, oh, you should have dropped the tank instead. That would have been easier. Nope. No, because those bolts were just as rusted underneath, and if I mess them up, then I can never put the fuel tank back up. And there's also 90 liters of fuel in it right now, and I don't have somewhere to siphon that all out. So this is the only way. So yeah, it's time for lunch. This was a lot of zip cutting and earplugs and safety glasses and pissing off my neighbors with loud noises. Here, under the frame.
Just 1 or 2? Laying?
Yeah, try to get it under this thing, if you can.
Under what? Sorry.
Under this thing.
Okay.
See that?
Just 1 laying. This way? This way?
Yeah, that way.
This way?
Yeah, it's gonna be easier if you're here.
Higher. Yeah, there you go. Where do you want the other one?
We'll go to the other side, do the same thing.
Where'd you wrap 4?
I don't know. See how high we can get it.
You can't stack these.
No. Maybe. We can maybe stack them. Ah.
Oh.
Shoot, I'm gonna scuff the cab. Okay, watch your fingers.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Yeah, good. We could just call my parents, ask them to come over, make them dinner, and you, Dad, D, and I can lift it off.
Oh no. Not only is birch structurally sound when you're putting your life on the line, sticking your head between a frame rail and a box, it's also a very cheap body kit. Compared to hockey pucks, they're like $9 a puck now. Can't afford that. This is like 1 log. Not even. Perfect.
Oof.
So to remove these fuel lines, you need these special fuel connectors. They're like, whatever. The set of them's like $15 at Napa or Canadian Tire. They slide over the line and you have to push these fins back inside the feed and return lines. So hopefully you can push them in enough that they actually hit something, and then you can wiggle these lines off. Okay, it doesn't get on any more than that. That is in there. That is working. That is just giving it the fuel line business there. Oh, that means it's off. Yes, yes. Ouch, I really scraped my arm there. That hurt. GoPros are intrinsically safe, right? Yeah, sure. Do I have enough head height? I'm looking like maybe. Gonna have to cover myself in gas, but maybe. Oh yeah, there's a screen. Very clogged up. Ugh, screen, don't bend the float. Oh my god, we got it, guys. There we go, we got that pump all switched over now. That was relatively painless, actually. The kit gives you new rubber, new hose clamps, new pump, a couple connectors, which I offset, so if one wears out, they don't actually spark and blow up the truck. New rubber, new screen. Theoretically, that should be good to get put back in and test. Fuel pump back in. We're just gonna put 2 bolts in for now to test it. We don't want to get all the bolts in, only to realize it doesn't work. So, okay, what'd you guys say? The blue one was closest to the front? That sounds like a click. And that sounds like a click. It's like Blue's Clues or Dora the Explorer. Can you help me solve the mystery? How did it sound down here, guys? Let me know. Probably just the best fuel pump you've heard today, considering you're watching this video because yours doesn't work. Don't get discouraged, people. I have my truck sitting on a set of birch trees right now, so nothing you did today is sketchier than that. Big shout out to BD Lock and Key in Drayton Valley, not only because they're huge Ford guys, but because they easily cleared our anti-theft mode with one of these things, which I really want to buy now. All that was left was a clutch bleed, and then we could terrorize the neighborhood with one open header. Good.
Was it worth it?
It is now.
Broken foot and all?
Broken foot wasn't worth it, not gonna lie. Can you go put it in gear? Doesn't work. Just put it in first. Alright, you guys are gonna love this one. So I had to patch up the catalytic converter that was stolen. So we got a whole bunch of flex pipe and hose clamps. And you know what? It went together and I'm not sad. Turns out half the exhaust clamps you buy nowadays, the packs, they're all missing a nut. So we have about 70% of what we need. But we do have an exhaust together now. And I just finished unhot wiring the fuel pump, so it should work like normal again. And we put 4 new bolts in the box as well. I even spent the extra money on the fancy smooth carriage bolts. So I'm gonna go get the key and we're gonna hear what this thing sounds like for the first time unstolen. Rain's just starting to come down. Perfect timing. It's kind of chilly today. You can feel it. Fall's here. We're going to be getting some frost pretty darn soon, I think. Oh. Let's see here. Is today finally the day? Oh, I heard a fuel pump prime. Theft light out. Huge exhaust leak, but that's okay. That's just an exhaust leak. Now I just gotta drive around with the windows down until we can actually get to an exhaust shop. Maybe I'll give this thing a clean tomorrow, get some new wiper blades on it. Now that we know it runs, then it runs reliably and it runs like it should, and I don't have to hot wire a fuel pump every single time. I can start treating it like an actual truck now. I must say, pretty excited and relieved, because this took a while between work and babies. This basically free truck turned out to be 3 months of just troubleshooting. And fuel injection is better, but fuel injection can also be like that. I'm glad we're done now and we can actually use this thing to haul lawnmowers and lumber and piles and acreage things. Overall, there's a lot of learning experiences. I learned I really, really, really want to buy one of those anti-theft machines because it works for all generations of vehicles, not just this one. But yeah, no, we learned a lot, we had fun, and it's done. On to the next thing, maybe restoring the Monarch a little. Yeah, probably restoring the Monarch a little. I'd like to get a little bit of rust removed and cut out before the winter time. I'd like to put a coating on it, and I'd really like to get some new leaf springs put in it. But until then, we'll see you next Tuesday.